Hello. Today I'm gonna read and explain Shakespeare's Sonnet 116. I'm in a closet, so don't judge me, but other people are watching TV outside, so I'm gonna try to make this video short, but we'll see. So, a little background before I read. I have my notes here as well as the poem. So, anyways. So, obviously it's in Shakespearean, like he wrote it in his own form of writing, and which is iambic pentameter, and so each line has 10 syllables, 14 lines, 3 quatrains, and a couplet at the end, and it's 14 lines total. The 3 quatrains are in the form AB, AB rhyme scheme, which goes AB, AB, and then C, CD, CD, EF, EF, and then the final 2 lines, which is the couplet, is GG. So they rhyme back to back. Anyways, so let's see. Now, I'll just read it. Okay. So it says, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on the tempest and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark, whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's full, though rosy lips and cheeks. Within his bending sickle's compass come, love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved." Okay, so there's a lot of explanation in this poem, which I didn't really realize until I looked at it. But so basically, this poem is about love, obviously. Shakespeare is basically defining love. This is his definition, and he strictly thinks that this is true. Like, there's no other definition to love according to him. So, let's see. So, lines 2 through 4, which say, "Admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when alternation finds, or bends with the remover to remove." So this is talking about how, like, love isn't love if a person has a change of heart, like, say, like, obstacles such as, like, sickness, just, like, spiritual, mental, that type of thing. Like, if a person in a relationship changes, then the other person should not change too. So, say if someone got sick, then they shouldn't be like, "Oh, well, I'm leaving you," like, just because something came up in the relationship. Like, it should stay constant throughout. And so he talks about that in lines 2 through 4. Then in quatrain 2, which is lines 5 through 8, let's see. Yes, so he's comparing love to a ship at sea, and he's basically saying that, like, even though, like, the ship is at sea, like, it'll like endure, like, storms, which he says tempests. So he's referring to, like, obstacles and, like, trials throughout a relationship. Even though you endure that, like, your love is supposed to remain constant. Let's see. So it says, it says, "It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken." So it's saying that, like, he's comparing love to a star, like the North Star that guides. He's basically saying that, like, it's unknown, like, what obstacles are going to come in a relationship, but you have to trust in the love, which is the star, to guide like the relationship back on the path to which it's supposed to be. So even though you don't know what's going to happen, the worth is unknown. You still have to like take the risk and trust that it'll be okay because your love is so strong. So then in quatrain 3, which is lines 9 through 12, this quatrain's like about time. Like time is its main focus. And it's kind of stressing that time doesn't have a control over love. Like time is not, it doesn't have a power over it. Like love does not serve time, I guess you could say. Let's see, 9. He says, love's not time's fool. And it says, though rosy lips and cheeks, within his bending sickle's compass come. Okay, so that's referring to, it says rosy lips and cheeks. It's meaning that, like, even the youthful, like the younger, like you're going to get older, it's inevitable. Like you're going to grow up, you're going to get old, and you're going to eventually die. Like, but over that time, like your love is not supposed to change. It's supposed to stay constant through that time, no matter what, basically. Yeah. So it's supposed to endure till the end of time and resist change, like throughout the years. And so it says, and it's saying that it's when it says bending sickle, it's talking about like the tool that harvests. And it's basically saying that time, even though time is going to harvest your life, it's not going to harvest the love, if that makes sense. Okay, so then the couplet at the end, which is lines 13 through 14, he says, if this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Pretty bold. And this is basically saying that, he's saying that if his definition, like, what he's saying about love is wrong, then love doesn't exist. Like, that's basically what he's saying. Like, then he's writing for nothing, that he did, like, he's never loved anyone. So he's saying that his definition is correct. Okay, so the subject or the object of desire in this poem, Shakespeare's wanting to like express to the readers the true meaning of love according to him. He's saying how it should be. He's saying that it should be constant and unchanging no matter what circumstances, whatever comes. And then he's basically saying if it does change, or if someone has a change of heart in the relationship, then the love was not true. Tone. The tone in this, like, Shakespeare's tone towards love is kind of, he's being very honest and truthful. And he's wanting to be honest with the readers to prove his argument that love is these things, love is unchanging and constant. And he sets all these standards. And, I mean, towards the audience, in a way, his tone is kind of like, all you other people that believe this are ignorant and y'all don't know what you're talking about. So, I mean, it's kind of double-sided. Then a few of, like, the literary devices that he uses throughout the poem. He uses metaphor several times. Line 7. So it's talking about the star and the ship. He's comparing love to the star, which guides. And then line 10, where he says, with his bending sickle's compass come. So he's comparing time to the harvesting tool, basically saying that it harvests life over time and it shouldn't hinder the love between two people. So a few themes, marriage, especially in the first quatrain, he's kind of saying like the standards for two people to get married, like they should be like-minded people, which he says marriage of true minds. So like-minded people that are loyal to one another and they have a constant love for each other, kind of like an equality of minds. And then the theme of time, which is really shown in the third quatrain, basically saying that love doesn't change even after death, like it continues. And then kind of a theme of like guidance. Love is guiding through the relationship. You should trust in your love to lead you through your obstacles, basically. And then he uses hyperbole in lines 13 through 14, which is the last two lines. He says, if this be error and upon me proved, I never writ nor no man ever loved. So, I mean, in a way, it's a hyperbole. It's kind of exaggerated. Like, he's being really bold in his statement there. Because, I mean, that's kind of a hard thing to prove. Yeah, like, he has really good points. But for some people, like, that might not be their definition of love. Like, people have different perceptions, but he's saying that his is right, his is correct, or love does not exist. He didn't ever love anyone, which is obviously not true. So he's basically saying that he is right, and which is kind of exaggerating a little bit. Like, it's a little over the edge, but that's a form of writing, so he used it. So I chose this poem because I just liked it, and it really overstates the power of love, and it overstates the, like, standards of love, which I agree with pretty much every statement that he makes in the poem. I mean, yeah, obstacles are definitely going to be a hindrance on your relationship, but, I mean, love should remain constant. You should love each other through any obstacles, no matter if one's sick or if they just have a change. You should still love them for who they are, and you should know that before you get married, I think. And I agree with that, and I agree that as you get older, you shouldn't love each other. I mean, you shouldn't love each other. You should love each other even though, like, you're gonna change. And, oh, I forgot a few more literary devices, sorry. He also uses alliteration, which I underlined here. So, which is the repetition of, like, two, let's see, I have the definition, beginning sounds, that's what it is. The two beginning sounds of words back to back. Anyways, so he says this in line 8. He says, although his height be taken, his height. Then line 10, he says, compass come. And line 12, but bears it out. And then line 14, he says, nor no man ever loved. So he uses alliteration a few times throughout there. And then he uses symbolism as well. The star is a symbol of love, guidance. And it says ever wandering bark, and the bark is the ship, and it's kind of like comparing that to, like, the relationship, anyways. So he's comparing, like, a boat or a ship to the relationship as a whole, and then it should be guided by love. And then line 9, rosy lips and cheeks, is a symbol of youth and how you're gonna get old, basically. And then in line 10, bending sickle, he's comparing time to that. It's a symbol of how over a length of time, like, you're getting older. I don't know if that made any sense at all, but yeah. So basically I chose that because I just thought it was a good poem, and it really states the guidelines of love, has some good literary devices in there. But yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out, because I tend to do that. Have thoughts that go everywhere. Anyways, I think I got everything. If I didn't, let me know, because I will fix it. Stay safe. Stay healthy.